Hey, we're into the music. So we are celebrating. If you're curious about the format, go 3 months prior, and we celebrated 1,000 subs. So we're on screen here in case we do put this out as our 1,000 celebration subscription episode. You want to do a little toast here? Hey, man.
Yeah, let's do a toast, man.
Good work, kid.
Here's to us and our subscribers and commenters and everybody.
Yeah, here's absolutely
supported us.
100%. Chris and I just crossed over 2,000 subs just the other day. We're pretty excited. So we're gonna drink crazy tonight now. And we're gonna actually
here we go.
What is that, Fireball?
No, I'm not doing Fireball. I'm doing a vodka. What are you doing? Wait, what are you doing? Jack Daniels. Shit.
With a little iced tea.
Of course. You and your iced tea.
Well, I need something. I don't have Coke.
It's okay. I'm just making
Coke is the best. Yo, back off. No, Coke is actually the best thing for it, but I don't have Coke. Coca-Cola. Like, oh my God, he's doing drugs on camera.
I thought you said Kofi.
Oh, Coke. Coca-Cola.
Okay.
All right.
Cheers,
let's do it, man. Congratulations.
2,000 subscribers.
Clink.
All right.
Clink.
Just crash into the cheers, man.
Hey, cheers.
Oh, iced tea goes well with Jack Daniels?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, shit.
Well, I make it go well.
It go well.
I tried Yoo-Hoo, and that didn't really work too well.
Yoo-Hoo. I haven't had a Yoo-Hoo in years, man. What the hell is in that stuff? It's not really chocolate milk.
Yeah, it's like sugar water and whatever. Yeah.
The mystery ingredients. I'm sure there's a lot of there's some very long words in the ingredients.
So do you feel any different today?
Yeah, I just took a shot.
2,000?
I just took a shot. I feel a buzz now.
But when you woke up this morning knowing that you were over 2,000, right, this channel, were you like?
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to remember what I expected when we started. I was kind of surprised, that I had no idea how many subscribers I didn't even know we were going to get that many views, period, in the beginning. And of course, it had to get to a certain point before it increased at a steady level because we were unknown. If you only have a few videos out there, what are the chances are, if they're doing a search, that they're going to come across those few videos?
Let me actually, at this point, let me just stop and say to everyone out there that we actually have a couple of guests that are coming on in about, let's say, 5 minutes or so. So Andy and Alex. No, Andy and Alex. That's another.
No, that's another reactors altogether. Well, they said recently when we talked to them that they were the Alex and Andy when they were getting older.
There you go.
Right?
Oh my God, It's like that's really strong.
Yeah, George and Alex.
George and Alex. Alex and
the
George.
Thamesmen.
The Thamesmen.
Welcome. We are the Thamesmen. I'm George.
And I'm Alex in San Francisco.
Man.
How are you?
Yes.
Alex was an early subscriber to this channel. And back in November, I remember him posting a comment. And every once in a while, you hear from Alex, and he was very supportive. I mean,
Absolutely.
Really like, you guys are doing great. This is great stuff. And then along the way, at some point, asking us some advice about starting their own channel. And
because we were such experts by then.
Yeah, they were really asking us a lot of
2 months.
I know. Yeah, they would ask us a lot of questions and stuff like that. So, but
it is kind of like you have a lot of questions when you're starting out, so it is good to get some guidance.
We had some good.
What works and what doesn't.
Well, they came to us after we had gone over 1,000, and so I think at that point, we had sort of gone through certain things, experience, when it comes to videos being blocked,
right,
so on and so forth, and some format questions and all like that. So happy to really sort of help and guide and steer as much as we could. And it's really, really nice, to see them successful. So they started in February, I believe, shortly after we went over 1,000.
Right.
And then
Okay.
now
Okay. I know
they
where I'm going.
are. I didn't check their site today, but I think
They're getting
the
up
other
on
day
1,000
they're like over.
subscribers.
They're heading towards 800, and they should be at 1,000. Not too long from now. So yeah, so we're gonna have them on here in about a few minutes, and I think they have some questions for us too. They had
Okay.
promised us. So let's not say too much. But that said, yeah, man, when I think back,
I got
7
nothing new to
months,
say, man. I'm just going to repeat myself.
7 months ago that we started this, and just the expectations and the whole thing. And there's a lot for us. There's a lot of mileage ahead, right? I mean, we're just getting going. Hey, I see our first guest. Should I let George in?
Oh, they're both there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, guys.
Hello, how you doing?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Welcome. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Congratulations, 2,000 subscribers.
That's pretty
it's
awesome.
incredible.
For we're jolly good fellows. For we're jolly good. Come on, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
Don't ask us to sing. Don't ask me to sing. He's the musician. Alex is the musician. I'm
So
I'm the
did you ever think you hit 2,000 subscribers when you
Before we
started?
get there.
We were just talking about that.
Wait, before you get there, where's your drink? Do you have a drink?
my drink.
All right, what do you got? What are you drinking?
It's cider, but don't tell anyone. It's
Sorry,
alcoholic
it's already
cider.
recorded, man.
It's a pint of gin and tonic.
There you go. Some
All right.
Jack
Very
Daniels.
English.
Some
Cheers.
Jack-
Good health,
Hey,
sir,
man.
and
Here we go.
congratulations.
Chris,
Cheers.
lift that up.
And congratulations to you guys getting up on 1,000 there.
Oh, well.
Bottoms up, as they say in England.
We say it here too, I think, but we stole it from you guys.
Just make sure the thumbs are not, just
So
actually.
did you when you started this, guys?
Yeah.
Before we ripped you off.
I got to say though, you guys did not rip us off. Your format's really your own. It's very different.
Very
I
weird.
appreciate that, but I did completely rip you off. I wrote to Greg, and I was very polite and British about it. It's like, dear Greg, and Chris, it's like, fantastic, you're doing something amazing. We are ripping you off, but when you started, did you ever think you hit 2,000 when you started?
Yes.
Excellent.
When we started off.
Yes,
When we started off.
That's a quick hit.
When we started off on day one, you have all these aspirations, and I mean, if we didn't think we were going to get there, probably wouldn't have done it, right? But it took a while. We really got to a slow start. Like 6 weeks in, we just hit 100, and by that time, I was like, when are we going to start pick up the pace? And then all of a sudden, from like right after Thanksgiving, it just started. It was like a light switch. We started publishing a few episodes here of like the Arctic Monkeys. That was a big one. Some Stone Roses. That was another one.
Mm-hmm.
And then here and there, and also staying true to really who we are, obscure stuff. And yet somehow we started picking up pace, and then 1,000 in early February. And then by that time, I think Chris and I both, I think I can speak for Chris maybe a little bit and say, by that time we knew that 2,000 was ahead. Just, how soon.
Oh. That's amazing. Of all the reactions,
you guys put in a lot of work. You guys because you do all your research and you know your stuff, which is the opposite of what we do. We just kind of make it up as we go along. But so it must take you a lot of time to be ready for all these videos. It's impressive how.
No, it just
I see your notes.
We just read off from Wikipedia.
Nothing.
Greg takes voluminous notes that he holds up to the camera sometimes, and it just looks like a chicken scratch.
Maybe the secret is the same notes every time. It's just one.
And when did Chris finally fall in love with Liam from Oasis? When was that moment?
I haven't. You have to wait for that, I guess.
I'm going to put in a Kofi request.
I don't want any more Oasis challenges.
I'm putting in a Kofi request
now.
Okay,
paying for 8 hours of Oasis on Kofi request.
Hey Chris, do you remember the episode where we were joking around that we would be in England and in a pub, and somebody across the bar would be like, "There's
They
those guys
recognize
into the music,"
us.
taking the bottle, smashing it.
Don't go to
Yeah, I
Manchester.
stepped foot in Manchester, man.
Don't go to Manchester. You'll be fine.
So how many videos have you done so far?
About what, Greg? About 310 or so, maybe.
Close to 300,
Something
just
like
like
that,
that.
maybe a little more.
320, yeah, close
Yeah.
to it.
And
Yeah.
if you had to pick one each that has been your favorite one you've done, which would they be?
I got one. Should I go
Yeah.
first?
Yeah, go ahead, because I don't really have an answer.
So think about it.
I don't. I can't narrow it down.
Yeah. I mean, out of 320, right? I would say jumped right out. Well, I'm gonna give you two. All right, Reckoner, Radiohead Reckoner. I think that was like maybe 9 episodes in, and I really felt
Are
like
you talking about the song though, or our video
no. I think they're talking about
that
the reaction,
you
like
like?
a particular reaction. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and the song, the one that was really,
Okay, so I'm gonna give you the reaction first, and two of them, Reckoner, Radiohead Reckoner, and that was like maybe late October. We only had like done 8 episodes, and we were truly trying to find our legs. We were trying to find our legs. A lot of the stuff that we had put out, maybe 25 views, 50 views, 70, whatever, and then this thing just we drop it, and it just took off. And I also, when I look at that, I just looked at it just recently, and you could see the camaraderie and the rapport that we have, that you see it today. That I started seeing that in that episode, and I am back. So I think around the time that you kind of skedaddled out of state to where you live now.
Yeah.
Keyword of skedaddled.
Yes, skedaddle. Sounds like they ran me out of town, tarred and feathered me. I had to skedaddle,
Like the Frankenstein monster, that's the torches and and that song is fantastic. Gorgeous. So I would actually say that's another. That's one of the songs that I go back. I'm like, that was awesome. I love that. And also Black Sabbath NIB. That I think hands down is one of our funniest episodes. We pondered about the bat that Ozzy Legacy has. That Ozzy bit the bat, the head off,
That's right.
and we
That's right.
went on almost
probably had
like
my
20
fat
minutes.
girl.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Seriously, I understand he had that persona to keep up, but it's like, the first time biting into a bat, would you go for the head? I would be like, let me nibble on the edge of the wing a little bit, just get a taste of it.
So my guess is that he did bite into a bat, but there's got to be more to it. It's probably not. It probably wasn't alive. This is my guess. Probably wasn't alive, and maybe he sort of like licked it and didn't actually bite into it.
What? It was just foreplay.
Yeah, it was crazy. So
excellent.
yeah.
Over if he really bit a bat's head off or not.
Yeah, we love a good wibble ourselves. We call it a wibble, where we just go off on one and explore every slightly surreal possibility of these things. Absolutely.
Makes it interesting, right?
So Chris, you got to? I mean, I know apart from Oasis, which is very hard for you to ignore, but if you had to pick one tune that was given to you that you hadn't heard from, that had made your playlist now, that you just like, you thought, wow.
I would say what stood out, there's a couple of them. One we just did, which was the John Spencer Blues Explosion.
That was your last video, wasn't it? The one you just did. I think.
Yeah.
Was that right?
Yeah,
I
today.
think so. Bell bottoms. That's right up my alley. And also we did, Greg, you remember we did the sound stylistics?
Yeah.
The player's theme, that really funky tune?
Yeah.
Yeah. you know, it was a point of departure really from our usual stuff.
Excellent.
We're usually not doing stuff that's that funky. Okay.
It's nice to be surprised by things like you didn't
It
expect.
is, yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
of course, we've been surprised by things where, you know, that we're like, what the hell is that? You know, but it is good to get a lot of things in the mix.
it certainly revitalized my love of music, you know, like and listening, really listening to things again, you know, rather than just having them in the background in your car or whatever. Actually, just
right, you're absolutely right. Yeah,
to listen,
yeah.
you know, and that's cool. That's really cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. But you know what? I'm gonna surprise Chris. I think my favorite song right up there. He fed me this one about 3 months ago, and it was Danger Mouse and Nora Jones, and it was Black.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We touched the walls of the city streets and didn't explain. Sadly showed us our ways. I've never asked him why. Cast down, it was heaven sending. To the church, no intent to repent. On my knees, just to cry.
That
Black.
song
Yeah.
is absolutely beautiful. Oh my God. With the minor keys and all like that. And then a request that we got about a month ago, and I think the band is Ride. And I think the song is Leave Them All Behind. Oh my God. I mean, God. I mean, not much to the chords. It's just simple, but holy crap, could they jam? It was shoegaze to like the heavens. Well, I just loved it. And the drummer was out of his mind. So that's a song that just, you know, jumps out at me. Oh my God.
You're in our territory in our youth, and we grew up, and then we had the band I was in had the we're in the cold rooms, and I always talk about, you know, when Radiohead were next door in Oxford, and I went around there, and you know, I said to my band, I'm going to go around and listen to them, and I went around there, and I came back, and my band said, you know what they like, and I said to my band, they're shit. They don't know what they're doing. So, you know, even then, but Ride used to practice next door as well, and then Ride were a local band, and
they're an Oxford band, which was my hometown where I was born. And they were the ones who came up with shoegazing. You know, they were the originators of it. And we used to go and see them at this place called the Co-op Hall. And people used to have tales that the guitarist's fingers would bleed because he was just like thrashing it so hard.
Yeah.
And it was like this room with like 300 people with beer and cigarettes, and it was they were amazing.
Wow. Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. And then they reformed like 5 years ago or so, and they did a couple of tours. And I went to them. If you get a chance, they come to your town. Go and see them live. They are still amazing, truly amazing.
Not cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm so glad you said Ride. That's awesome.
So what are you guys going to do a deep dive on, band wise or music genre wise? What's next?
Well, yeah. Where do you think you want to go?
One of the things we're going to get into more progressive stuff, right, Greg?
Yeah. Yes.
But we don't. You know, we're at a point now where we're still thinking it through, so we might kind of zigzag a little bit before we make that determination.
Yes.
Because we got a lot of ideas, and we can't do them all at the same time. So we'll try this and that and see where it goes. And look at our older bands. Like we're gonna, you know, this might not sound exciting to you guys, but we want to do like a top 10 Beatles. You know, for what each of us think are the top 10.
Yeah, so much to talk about with the Beatles. You could go for months on that, really, couldn't you? You know,
do you know how long the Beatles were going for? 7 years. That's how long the Beatles were around for.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh, I know.
And the changes they went through is amazing for that short period of time.
Only 7 years, and they went from, you know, being a boy band to, you know, to Sgt. Pepper. And everything in between, you know, it's unbelievable. Yeah, I'm looking for. I'll watch that. I'm looking forward to that one. I'd love it. An American, you know, top 10 on the Beatles. You know, that'd be fantastic.
Before we go any further down that road, though, I just want to let everyone know that I wasn't having a stroke. I was saying yes about 4 or 5 times because I was answering your question too after Chris. Yes, that's a band that I personally want to really get take a deep dive in. I mean, I know some yes, but I think as a channel, I think Chris and I can really have a lot of fun there. You know, with the progressive theme that he's talking about. Yeah, I really think that there's some gems, some hidden gems, even some ones that, you know, maybe we know, you know, Starship Trooper and, you know, Roundabout, you know, what the hell, you know, just have some fun and listen.
Well, it's like George was saying earlier. You know, you hear, if you listen to them for the channel you're doing, you do a deeper listen. You concentrate more on just the music instead of having it as background or, you know, just incidental listening. So it's almost like it's not new, but it's a new. You're hearing it from a different angle.
I mean, I've been listening with headphones, and you know, and suddenly, like some of the older stuff where they had really separated stereo.
Yeah, where they really used the stereo technology was like actually a big part of it. Yeah.
So you'd hear an isolated guitar on, say, the left, and then the bass on the right, and you could pick, you could kind of refocus yourself on just one bit of it, and I loved that. That was just like
in my reaction,
things going from one ear to the other.
Yeah, sometimes in my reactions when that's happening, I'm going like this, it's almost like an ear test, whatever I'm doing. I just love it. Yeah.
What I'd like to see you guys do is go the full immersion. So if you're doing prog rock, I'd like to see you guys dressed in prog rock. If you're doing punk, I'd like to see you guys dressed in punk. I would love to see the full immersion, and I'd love to see the cape if you're coming out in Yes, or you know, it'd be fantastic.
Yeah, and then when you see that, you're gonna be like, "Oh my God, they did it!"
I'm gonna wear like a cape, like Rick Wakeman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you haven't realized, don't believe a word he says. He's like trouble. That man is.
We're just humoring him on that.
That's what I do. That's all I do the whole time. Just go, yes, Alex.
It's worked so far, right?
And the next Black Sabbath one, I'm getting that bat.
It's like, yeah, okay, we'll call that Plan Z.
You can't do the bat during the COVID period.
Well, we can't do it. First, we thought we couldn't do a pangolin. Then we had to change it to bat. Yeah, the information kept changing.
You brought that up in the episode, pangolin. That's so funny. You bring it up again.
You know, that's funny. I was at the breakfast with somebody the other day and I mentioned pangolin. I'm on a pangolin kick.
It's word of the day. Word of the day. You don't get to use it very often. Let's face it, really. You know?
I didn't even know what the hell it was.
George and I, obviously, you know, I'm always trying to filter my mouth and, you know, tone it down, and we're making it, you know, we sometimes we do 3 or 4 false starts where we end up in giggles and everything. What have you guys had any huge?
We break up.
What's the best one?
Crack up sometimes.
Yeah,
and sometimes we leave it in, right, Craig? I mean,
sometimes we do. It's almost every intro that we do. For some reason, you know, when we get into the conversation, it's sort of like, think about like starting a car in the cold weather, right? It's like, you know, cranking it up and then finally it goes. So think about us with 2 old cars. And sometimes like that first one, it takes a long time. It takes a while to kind of crank it up.
Get warmed up.
Oh my God. But some of our intros, like, you know, we can get into conversation and that's great. But just to say, hi, into the music, we're like, you know, we're fumbling because it's almost like that little short time. That's not really, it's kind of like, you know, scripted, or it's kind of like, you know, formulaic, or I don't know, you know, and it's so funny that we sometimes have a really hard time getting.
Yeah, because we don't have, the intro is so hard for us. I stumble over my words. It's like, how hard can it be, you know?
This is great. Yeah, Dave. Go.
All right, man. All right. Take 6,000 and okay.
You're on.
But I'll tell you,
I've done it 300 times. So
we were, I think, in the beginning we envisioned this as being more structured, and then what happened was, because we really couldn't follow that, you know, we just figured let's kind of wing it, and really the only intro and the outro are the only things that are semi have a template.
I found you guys early on. I was one of your earliest subscribers, and the
describers,
yeah,
or subscribers,
and the reason was your friendship.
He was a describer too.
It was your friendship. So, you know, I obviously had stumbled across 2 friends, good friends, having a chat and a drink and talking about music, which I liked, and it was like, yeah, I want to be in on this chat. I want to be in this group. So, you know, for not having it structured was probably one of the reasons why I subbed to your channel. I just loved it. It was just I felt like, you know, I was in the garage with you guys with the headphones on, listening to the music. So it was great. It was good. So yeah, I think keep going what you're doing. Keep it unstructured. Your friendship just glows through. So it's fantastic.
Yeah,
that comes through with you guys too, I gotta say.
I mean, we just figured out early on that, you know, whatever we had in those phone conversations, that Chris and I would just crack each other up. We would talk music. We would sort of go off the rails, come back, and we'd be laughing. But we also felt too, like, you know, he was interested in what he had to say about a certain song in the band like that. And I just, you know, why not capture that? Like, you know, and just let that just naturally just come out. And like I said, it took like 9 to 10, you know, it took like 10 or 15 episodes, but I really felt like, you know, that's why I look at that one, the Reckoner one, and I look at that now. And Chris, when you get a chance, maybe just take a look at that again. And just, I feel like, you know, compare that to like the first 2 or 3, you know, the Grateful Dead ones that we were trying to figure out, like, you know, like, can I core an apple? Like the Jackie Gleason when he's on TV, you know, and then all of a sudden we just started like kind of finding our ground, you know.
Well, obviously you guys know each other exceptionally well. How long have you guys known each other? Where did you meet?
Since around 1990. We were both working at the same job.
Okay.
And I was driving down the street once, and Greg happened to be, I didn't know him, I just knew his face from where we were. And I just looked over, you know, hoping there was some hot chick or something, you know. And but it was Greg. No offense, Greg. But I looked over and he looked over too. I think he gave me a look like, what the hell are you looking at, right? Because I don't think he recognized me because I was new on the job. And then I think I ran into him the next day or whenever and said, hey, that was, you know, I said, oh yeah, on the street. And so we found out we lived in the same town.
Yeah.
And then we just started hanging out.
I don't think you can fake 31 years worth of friendship, can you?
You see those guitars in the back. So what happened is that they played a really major role in our friendship because, you know, loving music for so long, I always wanted to play guitar. So we got together, went over his apartment. His apartment was like 5 blocks away from mine, and you know, find out that he played guitar. And so he actually, I said, can you show me how to play? So he taught me how to play. You know, not that I play that great, but you know, these guitars I have in the back, you know, that's because of him. And so that was kind of like him being my teacher.
I don't teach that great.
He used to teach guitar, you know, actually professionally. You did, right? Yeah. So he's actually really good. And,
yeah.
So that was a dynamic in the friendship too. And there you go.
Yeah. Well, as I said, you can't fake it. That's when you stumble across. Everyone's looking for a gang to hang out with, you know, be it at work or whatever. And with COVID and everyone's been at home as well and been so isolated, to actually stumble across an old friendship like this and to feel so warmly embraced, you know, and also you reply to all your subscribers. You personally replied to me, and that just absolutely bonded it. It's just, I mean, and also, you know, you're doing amazing bands like 10 years after, which just, you know, unbelievable out there. So it was like, it's good. It was great.
I love 10 years after. Love that band.
Got to keep the family royalties rolling in. Hey, Alex.
Yeah, it's all about the money, huh?
It's all about that.
Like and subscribe.
So I mean, like, yeah. What we need to do now with our channel versus your channel, we need to do some sort of reaction off, and you know, George and I were talking about it.
Yeah, I think, you know, there is the ancient law of YouTube, which has where you can have a parlay, and you can, between reaction channels, you can throw down the gauntlet, and I have a gauntlet that I am throwing down. And you might be going, what the hell's he on about? But we challenge you to a reaction off, we think. Yeah. But I think it'd be interesting. Like, you guys come up with a tune or a genre. We come up with a genre or a tune. But as it's your 2000th anniversary party, and also the ancient rules of YouTube suggest that you have to pick the weapon. So you if you guys can think about like you come up with, like, I don't know, America versus England, East Coast versus West Coast America, whatever you want, and then we'll pick a tune, you pick a tune, and we'll see if we can have a bit of a deep dive chat off against it. How's that sound?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm totally into that. Although a good part of our audience is actually from England, so we may have to reverse it. Maybe we'll provide the English band a song, and you guys do the US.
And for those who don't know, even though George and I are British, we're now on the West Coast. So we're splitters. So we are the hippies on the West Coast. You're the hardcore East Coast guys. And when you invited us on, we were a bit scared. You got chains on and everything. You're all East Coast. We thought we were gonna,
yeah, like the rappers fighting it out.
Exactly. We were like, peace and love, man. I wonder what they want.
So how long have you been in California, the both of you?
Since 98, I've been here.
Oh, that's wild. Okay.
Yeah, I've been here 16, 17 years now. And then George and I, we went to school together. We've known each other since 1975 and we're best friends. And then what happened is that what most English do, or a lot of it, what our social group does, they go to university or get thrown out of university like George and I did. They go to London, they get a job, and then all of our social group all went abroad. Because, England's small and America's big. And then England's weather is so fantastic, I decided to move to the West Coast where there's beautiful, beautiful sunshine. But we love it over here. George is down in LA, I'm in San Francisco. It's absolutely, America's been really good to both of us. We really enjoy the people here. We love the culture here. It's just a great place to live. Maybe you guys should go do a stint in England.
I was just gonna say we're thinking of moving to England, right, Greg?
Just
but like I said, those Oasis fans, they're gonna seek you out, man.
Dude, I already drive on the wrong side of the road. My driving's so bad, so
you'd be fine. You'd be perfectly fine. Yeah, exactly. And as you're Americans, they think you all have guns, so they'll just run away from you. It's fine.
No, only about 75% of us do.
Oh, okay, all right. That's enough for us English. We're lucky to have anything. So
over here, it's like everyone's they're experts on the Constitution, but only of the Second Amendment part.
Yeah. Well, in England, we don't have a constitution. It makes it a lot simpler. We just make it up as we go along as well in England.
Okay. You still going with the Magna Carta, right?
That was the one. That's the last one we wrote. Yeah, we haven't done it since.
The old one, yeah.
Basically, you could just get hung by the Queen for any reason. If you touch her swan, she could stab you. So we just we just.
Is that really true?
Yeah.
All the swans belong to the Queen.
Okay.
Yeah. So
she doesn't have enough already.
No. You got to be nice to the Queen. She can have all the swans she wants in the world. She's even got a tower where she keeps all her bees in central London.
Her bees?
No, I'm only ribbing you now, mate.
I never know. Well, the swans were true, so.
Yeah.
Dear.
Don't believe the bee tower story, So.
Guys, your channel's great, absolutely great. And how long have you been going now?
Since
late
October.
Yeah.
Wow, it's great.
You said the same thing, Greg?
I said late. Yeah. Okay. No, actually October 22nd.
Yeah.
October 22nd. Yeah. Actually, I think you're spot on. Yeah. And 7 months later, here we are. I wanted to ask you guys, because the engagement that we have with our viewership, that's something that just, when I think back to 7 months ago and starting out, I was hoping for a connection. And it's amazing how, we see, you ever watch the show Cheers, and Norm would walk in like, "Hey, Norm," and everybody knew Norm. And it's like, there's a bunch of Norms, and I mean that in a very wonderful way, the same YouTube channel handle names, coming in and in this reaction thread and that one. And that's like, we're getting our regulars, and I love that. And then you get these new ones. And, we just dropped one today. I forgot which one. It might've been Small Faces yesterday, whatever. And someone was like, this is fantastic. You're forcing me to go and pull out my old record and dust it off and put it on. And we've gotten a few of those, several of those. And it's like, I love that, because we're almost like we're making some sort of impact on someone with coming up with an old song, that, they hadn't heard for 25 years or so. And it's actually making their day. I'm listening to you in the morning time, listening to David Bowie, and you just made my day, that kind of thing. And I'm like, wow, we're actually having an impact on people's moods, at some point in the day. I love that. So, I just wondered if you're feeling like that too. If you're feeling,
I think that's the that's the biggest surprise to us is like, you know, we did it because we're friends and we wanted to you know, be creative and have fun and enjoy and just make a laugh. And then you start to build this community, and it is the most surprising part of it. It like you know, and that's the perfect part of it, because you like I think Alex was saying, it's like sitting around a bar with a load of friends and having a chat. And when you get a comment like that, you said, where someone says something nice, it really is very humbling, you know, because we're just guys, we're just chatting, we're enjoying music, and then to have, you know, like we live in such a diverse, spread out world that we can make friends with someone who's anywhere. It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm still amazed by that too. Yeah,
I love that.
The next thing is, what can we do to really actually feed back, and then how can we bring these people together, and how can we feed more stuff back? Is there anything else we can do with the channel? So we constantly look at our channel and think, what else can we do to grow this community? Because as everyone said on this call, that's been the most surprising part of it, seeing the same people come back and again and again. When the first subscriber subscribed, we were on the telephone to each other. When the fifth one subscribed, we were on the telephone. We had no idea why people are watching us. Today we have no idea, but we're humbled, absolutely humbled by the return, you know, and as much as they're committed to us, absolutely we're committed to you know, to growing them. But the thing was, now it started off as a bit of a, you know, hey, we just want to chat and have fun, and now we feel quite committed because they're committed to us. It's like,
right.
You know, now we've got to carry on. Now we've got to make it better,
and continue to be, you know, entertaining and surprising and find the great tunes and let's face it, there's no shortage of great music out there. So
that's one of the things that surprises us all the time.
Yes, exactly.
And you know, I hadn't listened to too much. Over the last 20 years or so, I hadn't listened to current stuff too much. So, so all this stuff is new to me. Anything after 2000 is new to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
that's great.
So it's paying off now that I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
It's like I've been Rip Van Winkle, and now I'm, you know, hearing all this stuff.
I've just got to ask my colleague George, where did you drag that cat up from? You look like you're going to go off with your fruit plantation.
It's a good job that the internet cut out right then. I will translate his garble to say, where did you get that hat from? It looks like you're off to a fruit plantation. Was that what you said? Yeah, okay. I can understand his gibberish. And yeah, it's do you remember in England we had an advert and it was called The Man from Del Monte? The Man from Del Monte, he was on this TV advert for like pineapples or something, and he would walk into this plantation, and he would like pick up a pineapple and he'd sniff it, and then he would put it down, and someone would go, "The Man from Del Monte," he say, "Yes." So it's I just wanted to do something. Well, normally when I'm online, I have to wear my headphones, and so I can't wear headphones on this, can I?
That's true.
So that's why.
Well, it looks good on you.
Why is he sniffing a pineapple like that's not cut? Can you at least smell the pineapple coming from?
It was the '70s. They did that kind of thing.
It's an advert. It's not real life. It really is. It's an advert, but anyway, that's why the hat. But
sorry to, yeah, no, we take no prisoners. So excellent. So we're going to do a reaction off. Excellent. So should we sort of send some emails backwards and forwards or something, and then come up with a genre or genres, and then we'll get our recording heads on and
sounds good.
And also pay attention to that. Chris mentioned it a little while ago about we want to do some top tens, and the Beatles is like that's something that's coming up. We're gonna do that at some point, and so pay attention, you know, because maybe you guys will have some your own ideas, what you think is top 10. We're gonna try to break it up into certain periods, you know, like let's say 64 through 65 and 66 to, you know, and you guys might have some different ideas, and you know, maybe we could have a part 2 or whatever, and have you guys on and weigh in or something like that. So we'll try to figure that out. But you know, Chris and I just couldn't. Yeah, I mean, we're just so impressed with what you've done with your channel, and just you know, you guys are funny and you're natural, And that's really the big thing, just being natural, being who you guys are.
Absolutely.
You know, I get a sense, you know, I mean, right from the beginning, not really knowing who you were, except for the couple of emails back and forth. And you just get this sense, you know, of like, guys, it's just two guys who love music and like to laugh. And that comes through. And seems like people out there, like, you know, sort of connect with that. And hey, man, especially through this really tough time of COVID. I mean, I don't know if you've gotten any kind of comments from people sort of like, you know, expressing how they need this kind of, you know, this kind of content. You know, it gets them
Human
through, it makes them smile, you know, gets them to talk about music. And the thing about us too is that we know some stuff, but we don't know everything. And we say that almost in every episode. You know, we're trying to figure out what the lyrics are for this or what the sound, what was that instrument, you know, and a lot of times we'll be like, hey, you know, you fill in the blanks. And, you know, we want to encourage people, you know, like we don't know everything and let's get the conversation going. You're part of this.
Yeah, sometimes we got comments how wrong we are, but hey, what can you know, we never
that's a minority. That's a minority.
Check our comments. We have a lot more wrong than right, but that's okay.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do too. We totally bullshit our way through it.
And
the thing that's accurate is the name of the band and the name of the song.
Well, I know your deep dive on the Beatles is going to be absolutely deep, because I mean, like, you know, Greg behind you got Abbey Road, you got Sgt. Pepper, you know what I mean? It's Greg has been waiting for about 47 years, you know.
Excellent. Yes.
Good. Guys, I want to thank you so much for running this, but you know, just we're here to celebrate you guys, and
you know, we appreciate you celebrating with us. We really do.
So thank you so much. You know, well done on hitting the 2,000. Congratulations! It's unbelievable. You know.
Wait, let me pour my drink here.
We're going to get you over to our channel. If you could grace us on our channel and we'll do this, you know, on this reaction off, I'd love to get you over there. And I'm hoping a lot of our viewers are the same as your viewers, or vice versa. Because if not, our viewers would absolutely love the stuff you're doing.
This is pretty good cross marketing here, you know.
We'll be dropping it in, and when we do the reaction off, we should both record at both ends and see what we end up with. You know, I think that might be kind of fun, and you know, and obviously we would not do anything stupid with our edit to, you know, like weird graphics or anything like that, would we, Alex? We would never do that, would we?
You know, draw a hat on something, or you know,
no, draw something on something. But yeah, anyway,
we trust you.
Oh, I wouldn't if I was you.
so far.
They're going to pick Aurora.
Remember, we're editing ours too.
Oh, okay, that's true. Actually,
it's on some fun, weird
mutually assured destruction. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
But you mentioned Aurora. Who was that? Was that Alex?
That was me. I said they're gonna do Aurora. You know,
you brought her up.
Whatever they pick, they're gonna pick an Aurora off because they know Aurora so well. And I mean, thank you very much, guys, because I did not know Aurora. I now know Aurora, and she took a wee bit to get into because there's quite a high barrier to get into because she's so different. And once you break into that, it's like, ooh, actually, someone's doing something very, very different. And I learned that from you guys.
Well, you know what? You should react because that was.
You're going to have half of Norway watching if you do that.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, all of a sudden, one day, I mean, I dropped this reaction that we did to Bowie's "Is There Life on Mars?"
Yeah,
and that was the first one. And I dropped that and, like, you know, broke record numbers on our site, you know, for subs in one day. The viewership was like the views. I think we had 1,000 going into the next morning. It was crazy. I mean, every time we do, and we don't do Aurora because, you know, hey, this is great views now, you know. I mean, sometimes people are like, when's the next one? So we definitely spaced them out, but it's just been amazing. You know, almost every single one, you know, she has some fan base and they are very devoted and, you know, makes some great conversation. And, you know, sometimes it's interesting that there's this thought that maybe we should be part of the fan club. And I could say that I really like her a lot. You know, she's amazing.
What's their name again?
Well, I'm not saying warriors and weirdos. And I don't know if we should be part of that, but, like, you know, we should be as devoted as them as far as fans. And all I can say is that I'm definitely a fan, you know, but you guys know, right? You watch our episodes, just like you. We're objective, and we're going to like what we like, and then question what we don't, and sometimes and it's really interesting. But overall, she's been an amazing experience, impact on that channel, and there's more stuff out there. So I would definitely encourage you guys to maybe try it out and get the raw experience.
Yeah, it was interesting. As I said, it's a really high barrier to entry because she is so different. The first reaction I had to her was not great, but I saw the reaction you guys had, and I already trusted. So I had already invested my trust in your choice. So your reaction was great, and from you guys, I gave her a second listen, and that's
Excellent.
when it started to twig. So it's like once your subscribers trust you guys because you guys have got great, you can actually lead them to new music, which you did with me. So it was great.
Well, I want to lead some of our viewers over to the Thamesmen. It's a great channel. We've been talking about them. They're up on the up and up, up and coming. Little Jack Daniels impact right now in my brain, but you guys,
Yes, right now.
you guys been on.
You another bottle or something.
I hope you're on the up and up, and they are, and they're up and coming, and they're great. You guys going to be what 1,000 in about 1 or 2 weeks? I mean, are you picking up pace now?
Oh my God! We put out a video today. It just broke all records on.
Really? Congratulations!
Just it's like you guys, we're seeing the same people come back again and again, which is really heartwarming. And then you feel like you're doing something impactful, which we never bargained for.
Yeah.
We're just two bumbling idiots. We're two bumbling idiots who would like to talk about music, but so yeah, hopefully we'll get to 1,000. Again, when we were looking around, we live in different locations like you guys, and we saw reactions. Yeah, good man. We saw reaction channels, and I couldn't work out how we could do this. I couldn't work it out. And then I saw your channel because you covered a band I know, and it led me straight to you. So, oh wow, that's different. And then I saw how you were doing it, and that's what inspired us to do what we're doing. And as I said, I reached out immediately to tell you because I didn't want to. I just didn't want to, be unrespectful. It was out of respect from the work you did. You'd figured it out for us. So we're way behind you. But we're having fun, but thank you because you gave us a format of how to do it.
Yeah, we're glad you guys did it. And you definitely put your own spin on it.
Yeah, well, we're getting on our channel, and our channel is slightly different now. Where we'll get you give you the words of one song, and you've got to sing it to a tune of another. And
no, we're not going to do that, Alex. I'm not.
No, we're not doing that.
Not doing that.
No, it's going out there. So
we get Chris on the guitar, and maybe you could sing as a ballad. And
that'll get really bad. Yeah,
or something.
I'm sure you'll get a lot of comments. They won't be positive.
Our numbers would just dive.
That's right.
Run away!
So do you guys want to toast this out, and we're gonna
absolutely.
Hey man, how much are you gonna drink tonight?
Hey, special luck. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
One more.
Congratulations. Thank you for including us in your night. It was awesome, and we'll definitely see you online, and we will reaction off and chat.
Cool.
If all else fails, we made 2 friends on the East Coast.
Yeah, we did the same with the West Coast.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Cheers.
All right, we'll see everyone out there on the next episode of
Into the Music.
See ya.